Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something really changing the game in healthcare. Real-world data. I mean, think about all the digital stuff around us.
Yeah, like smartwatches, fitness trackers.
Exactly. And, every doctor's visit gets logged, all that data.
Yeah,
It's opening up this whole new way of looking at health.
it really is.
Okay, so let's get into it. What exactly is real-world data, or RWD?
Well, the US FDA has a definition, something like data relating to patient health status and the delivery of health care routinely collected from a variety of sources.
Routinely collected, so data that's just gathered as part of normal life in healthcare.
Pretty much. And our goal here, I think, is to sort of unpack RWD, look at the good, the bad, the potential, and why it's becoming such a big deal in medicine.
Cut through the hype a bit.
Exactly, because for so long, research really leaned on these super-controlled clinical trials, which are vital, don't get me wrong, but RWD lets us see what happens out there, in the real messy world, how treatments actually work day to day.
And the places this data comes from. It's quite a list.
Oh, definitely. You've got electronic health records, EHRs, basically your digital medical chart.
Okay.
Then there's claims data, like from insurance companies. It shows procedures, diagnoses.
Right, the billing side.
Yeah. Plus, patient-reported outcomes, people sharing their own experiences directly, and, like you said, all that data streaming from wearables.
So why the sudden buzz? Why is everyone talking about RWD now?
Well, a couple of things. Those traditional trials, they have limits.
Yeah.
They're expensive, can take ages, and sometimes the results don't perfectly match what happens outside the trial setting. And at the same time, we've got these huge leaps in AI and machine learning.
Which can actually handle all this messy data.
Exactly. So RWD starts looking like a way to speed things up, save money, and fill in some blanks between formal research and actual clinical practice.
Can you give us a concrete example? Where did RWD really make a difference recently? Maybe, say, during the COVID pandemic?
Oh, absolutely. COVID-19 was a huge moment for RWD. It was critical for tracking vaccine effectiveness super quickly across different groups of people.
Way faster than a traditional trial could manage.
For sure. And it helped model different control strategies, understand the virus itself, even how people's behavior changed with lockdowns. It fed directly into public health decisions almost in real time.
Okay, that's powerful. But you mentioned messy earlier. RWD isn't like clean, curated trial data, is it?
Not at all. That's the key thing to grasp. It's inherently observational, collected as things happen, not in a controlled experiment.
Right.
It's often unstructured, think doctor's notes, just free text, or images. It's massive, it's constantly changing, and often it's incomplete because it wasn't gathered for research initially.
Yeah, it was for treating a patient or sending a bill.
Precisely. And that messiness means quality can be a real challenge. There's potential for bias, errors in measurement, inconsistencies. Assessing the quality itself is tricky.
So how do researchers actually use this powerful but kind of flawed data?
Good question. One major way is through pragmatic clinical trials. These are designed to work in real-world settings.
So less controlled than the traditional ones?
A bit, yeah. They often use RWD, like EHRs, to find and track patients. The adaptable trial is a great example. They used EHRs to screen like 450,000 people for potential enrollment.
Wow.
Yeah, ended up enrolling 15,000. The cost savings were huge. Maybe a fifth to half the cost of a similar traditional trial.
A fifth to half. That's incredible. Makes you wonder why we don't do everything that way.
Well, it's evolving. There are still questions about methods, ensuring reliability. But it's not just about testing new things. RWD also helps us understand causes using something called target trial emulation.
Target trial emulation sounds technical.
It's basically applying the logic of a randomized trial to observational data to figure out cause and effect. Again, with COVID, it helped assess vaccine effectiveness in the real world when doing massive new randomized trials wasn't practical.
And I guess this is where AI and machine learning really shine, handling that volume and messiness.
Absolutely. ML is fantastic for dealing with, huge amounts of messy, varied data text, images, sensor readings, all mixed together. It's being used more and more in health informatics to personalize care.
Like figuring out which treatment is best for me specifically?
That's the goal, and improving disease diagnosis too.
Looking ahead then, what are the big hurdles we still need to clear to really unlock all this potential?
Well, ensuring the data quality is good enough for regulators is a big one. They need to trust it.
Makes sense.
Then there's the AI itself. We need models that are explainable, doctors, patients. They need to understand why the AI is suggesting something. It can't just be a black box.
Right. Trust is key there, too.
Totally. And the basics of good science. Reproducibility, replicability, making sure findings hold up. Plus, there are ethical considerations.
Ah, yes. Privacy must be huge with all this sensitive patient data.
It is. Especially when you start linking different databases together, the privacy risks increase. There are technical solutions emerging like differential privacy or federated learning, but it's a constant focus.
And that ties into fairness, too, doesn't it? Making sure these insights benefit everyone.
Definitely. This whole area of diversity, equity, algorithmic fairness, and transparency DEAT is critical. RWD can reflect existing biases in healthcare. If certain groups are underrepresented in the data,
The algorithms might not work as well for them.
exactly, it could even worsen disparities. So we need to actively work on getting better data from underrepresented groups and be transparent about how these systems work to build trust across the board. These challenges are all kind of linked.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big picture for you, the listener?
I think the takeaway is that RWD offers this incredible potential to get really valuable health insights, often faster and cheaper than just relying on traditional trials.
It complements them, maybe.
Yeah, it complements and expands what we can learn. It's really starting to change how we think about health and medicine.
And as the methods and the ethical guidelines get more sophisticated, we're likely going to see RWD transform healthcare even more, making it more tailored, more effective, and hopefully more equitable for everyone.